I'm here with Nelson Oliveira's Canyon Aeroad CF SLX team bike. Stunning, right? Look at that paintwork. But before I lecture you about that, let's look at it in a bit more detail. Well, of course, it's the Aeroad, which is Canyon's aerodynamic frame offering for the squad for 2018. And let's start with the saddle. It's a Physique Antares open with carbon braided rails, and that's of course mounted to Canyon's own brand seat post to match the aerodynamic properties of this frame. At the front, we've got Canyon's H36 one-piece carbon fibre aerodynamic handlebar, and then mounted on there is Campagnolo Super Record EPS brake levers stroke shifters. And of course the handlebars themselves are wrapped with lizard skins, quite sticky handlebar tape, and that's finished off with Movistar branded tape. It's a nice little added detail. Moving backwards, and of course those Campagnolo Super Record EPS shifters, they're controlling matching front and rear derailleurs. The cassette is 1129 and the chainset is again Campagnolo Super Record 5339 chainrings with a Power2Max NG power meter. Wheel-wise, Nelson has actually chosen to use 50mm depth both front and rear, and they are the Campagnolo Bora Ultra wheels, and they've got ceramic bearings fitted in those hubs too. Tyre-wise, it's the Continental Competition Pro Limited, and they're in 25mm width. Now, some of the finishing touches on this bike are really nice. First up, we've got some elite carbon fibre bottle cages, some Look Keo blade carbon pedals. The mounted here on the carbon fibre rails of the Physique saddle is in fact a 3D printed unit, and that is to allow a data capture from a unit which is used by a company called Velon, which then transmits it and provides viewers at home important race information so they can see riders' power, heart rate, that kind of thing. Right, now here mounted on the seat post is of course the race number of Nelson Oliveira for the Tour Down Under. As you can see, it's actually kind of zip tied on, but it is glued on there as well, and that's a special bracket they've had made because obviously using direct mount brakes you are limited on how you can attach that onto the rear of the frame. Now the Movistar team mechanics have left nothing unturned. Here you can just about spot there's two rubber O-rings and then a locking nut on the valve of the tubular tyres, and that's to stop them rattling inside of the carbon. It's a nice little touch there. Now here on the top of the GPS unit mount on the handlebars, this is a Canyon own brand product, but the mechanics there, what they've done is they've actually put their own brand, and that looks to me like a bit of the lizard skins finishing tape, and they've just put that on the front. A fine little detail. I love details like that. It's great. Now the chain rings fitted here are 39.53 and the crank length's 172.5mm. The width of the bars 41 centimeters, and that's with a 12cm stem. The drop of the bars is 130mm and there's a 74mm reach on there too. Now the height of the saddle is 71 centimeters and the distance from the tip of the saddle to the center of the handlebars, essentially where a stem would meet it, is 57.5 centimeters. Now I've just taken out the digital calipers so that fellow tech lovers can really geek out on this. The tyres, they measure up at 25.3mm and they're pumped up pretty hard for 25mm tyres. They're at about 110 to 115 psi. The saddle, that measures 140 from outside to outside. That's actually standard. Now the mechanics have done a fantastic job in my opinion of hiding away any wires as best as possible. They've managed to get the Campagnolo EPS control unit and put it here into the groove of the stem, and then with the EPS wire together with the rear brake cable, they've used some cable wrap and really got a tight spiral wound going on there all the way into the entry point of the top tube for the rear brake cable. Now the weight of this bike, together with the timing chip on the front fork leg, the Velon mount on the rear of the saddle, and also the race number, comes in at 7.1 kilos. Not bad for an aero bike, is it? Now remember to like and share this video with your friends so together they can also see the Canyon Aeroad CF SLX of Nelson Oliveira. Also remember to subscribe to the GCN Tech channel, click on the logo right here, and for 2 more great videos, how about down here the latest GCN Tech show, and down here for the GCN Tech Clinic.